Hello boys and girls, welcome to Drawing with Mr. Needle. I'm here to show you a few things today, and the first thing that I'm going to show you is not how to draw your teacher. There we go. This is not a drawing of your teacher. That's not what we're going to do today. So what we are going to do is we're going to look at using a pen and a pencil to do some sketching. Now there are 5 basic elements that you need for sketching. One is a square, one is a circle, one is a triangle, one is a wavy line, and one is a straight line. Oh, and a couple of dots. If you can draw those 6 basic elements, you can draw anything. Okay, let's go. So, change my pen to black, and away we go. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at drawing a face. You need a nice circle like that, and then for the eyes, we're going to put their eyes at the side of the head there. For a nose, we're going to do a back to front curlicle, and then the mouth, we're going to just make sure that we've got a few more. The mouth can depend on how you want your character to feel. If you want them happy, then you can draw them like that. If you want them neutral, you can draw them like that. And if you want them sad, you can draw one like that. However, the real fun thing comes with the eyebrows. So let's draw a lot of circles. I'm going to draw one more down here, and in here we're going to have our normal face. There we go. Each one of these is looking to the right. Nice and quick. And then on these first 3, I'm going to put a smile. However, if I put a smile and then put angry eyebrows, he looks quite menacing. This next chap is going to have menacing eyebrows as well. And this last chap is going to have, oh, I'm so glad you're here. And if we put the next 3 with what looks like a sad face, 1, 2, 3. Now if we put him with angry eyebrows, he looks really angry, and that changes the whole expression. Same with this chap. He still looks quite annoyed. And this guy looks really sad. And the same can be done with the sideways mouth. If we put some angry eyebrows, if we put some menacing eyebrows, and if we put some sad eyebrows, they give 9 different easy expressions that are simple to draw. So let's move on to our next. The next thing that we're going to look at is drawing a whole person. Now my typical whole person looks a little bit like this. We have their head. I draw a rectangle for the body. I put 2 legs on, and then for their feet I always use little triangles. For their arms I always use a stick, and for the hands I draw little diamonds. That's your basic person. Now, if you wanted to, you could always draw a person and a rectangle. If you wanted to put a neck on, you can put a neck on. You could even have a pelvis. You can have a pair of legs. And if you want your foot to be looking sideways, just make it a little bit longer. If you're doing this, make sure the arms come around to the waist. And there again, we have our person. He's making run. So we're going to have our person, and he's going to be running this way. Okay, because I want him running this way, I'm going to make his legs bend there, and I'm also going to give him a bendy leg there, making sure it's nice and bendy. We're going to have his arm coming down here, and his fist clenched, and his arm coming down here, and I'm going to have him looking back and a little bit worried about who's chasing him. Just to give a little bit of extra, we'll give him a whoosh line like that, and there you've got somebody running. The only problem is he's floating in space, so I usually put a line in the background, and that stops all my characters floating in space. You can also put some little shadows under where he might be running. Okay, let's have a look at hands. Hands are notoriously hard to draw. The way I draw my hands is draw a rectangle, and there we have 4 hands. If you want them to be a little bit better, you can draw a square and 5 little sausages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it. It's as simple as that. If you want them to have the thumbs up, you can draw your little thumb sausage there. There's the rest of your hand, and then your sausages coming back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there we've got a nice little sausage hand giving the thumbs up. And always have the arm connecting to the bottom of the hand. So if this was my arm here, it'd be connecting there, it would be connecting there. Same with if you want to have one finger up, you know, you'd have your hand here, you'd have your thumb coming around here, you'd put one finger up, and you'd have the rest of them down, and there you've got your nice little hand. What we're going to look at is, we'll be looking at sketching some things. I said earlier that you need to be able to draw a triangle, a circle, a square, a wiggly line, a straight line, and a couple of dots. That's all you need. As I'm sat here this morning, I can see my coffee mug. And there we go, nice simple coffee mug. I can also see my clock on the wall, and I'm going to draw a clock, and at the moment it is just gone 9 o'clock, so I'm going to put my line going like that. It's just gone 9 o'clock. I can see my patio door, and here I'm going to draw the handle. There's the edge of my patio door, and this comes up here like this. I'm going to put some lines on like that. Just gives it the effect of looking like a window. Some reflections on it. I'm also doing this on my iPad, so I'm going to draw my iPad. There we go, the same thing again. That could be an iPhone if you turn it round as well. Let's have pencils. Again, it's just this rectangle shape, another rectangle shape, another rectangle shape. We've got a triangle in the bottle, and we colour it in. There's a pencil. You want a pen? No problem. There we go. It's a pen. These are the kinds of pens I use to draw with. You want a car? No problem. Let's do a sports car. We're going to have 2 circles of the wheel. There's that straight line. We're going to draw a triangle. This is going to come round and bend at the front. This is going to come round and bend at the back. And there we have somebody in their sports car. And again, I'm going to put a few whoosh lines, and I'm going to put it coming off the road on purpose. And again, I'm going to put some shadow, and there we have our lovely little car. If I wanted to, I could add a little bit of a wheel trim, and then once you've got the basic shape, you can make up your own details. 2 more. First one is going to be a tree. Trees are quite difficult to draw, so I thought I'd draw a tree for you in case you're doing some still life. Going round like this. Remember what I said about having a background? I'm going to put some hills in these background today. And there we go, we've got a nice tree with a hilly background. Just there. And this is the most important part. This is the bit that makes it look like a tree. You put a few lines in here and there, squiggly lines, and here I'm going to choose a thinner pencil, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a little bit of shading in underneath each one of these lines, just to try and give it a little bit of depth. And there we go. There we go. And when I'm doodling, I like to have a bit of a talk to myself. Doobie doobie doo, doobie doo. And then we have our tree. Let's get my normal pen back again, and I'm going to put a little bit of shading underneath again, just like that. Okay, final thing, whenever you do a drawing, make sure that your characters have a background, otherwise they will be floating. Make sure to put something in the background as well. So there we go, we have a cowboy. Yeehaw! There we have a cowboy. Or we might have somebody who is in the city. Better give him some arms. Everybody complains if I don't give him arms. Might have somebody who's in the city. Made a mistake there, doesn't matter. I used to watch somebody called Bob Ross and said in art there's no mistakes, there are just happy accidents. There we go, in the city. Or you might even have somebody who is in the big top. So there we go. There you go, boys and girls. I hope that's been entertaining and informative. Thank you very much for watching.